As always, I do not endorse or condone the use of anything illegal. I am using these videos as educational and informational purposes only. Anyone who follows what I've done and starts doing the things that I did is doing so out of their own free will. I am not responsible for anything that they do. I recommend you talk to your doctor before you do anything like this. Hello everyone, it is day 19. I have my marker right here. Let's mark it off on the calendar. So if you watched the last video, I at the end said that today is going to be a very, very special day. And it is super special and amazing because it's my birthday! Happy birthday! Yes, I am now 44 years old. It's actually my wife's birthday too. We share the same birthday, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's an amazing day today just because it's our birthday. We're gonna hang out and do a bunch of stuff. Tonight we're going to watch the new Beetlejuice movie, which is amazing. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I love the original. I've heard mixed reviews about the movie. It could be good, it could be bad, depending on the person, I guess. But the trailers look pretty cool, so I'm pretty excited to see it. But it's also a dose day. I'm gonna wait on my dose today just a little bit. In about an hour, I have to be at the vet with my dog. So I'm going to wait till after that to take my dose. I will come back and I'll record like the half-hour mark and the hour mark. It's going to be a pretty good day. I'm going to spend the day with the wife, of course, and we're going to hang out and do things. Not quite sure what the whole day will entail, but I'm excited to have fun and hang out with the wife. So sounds like the guys outside are getting ready to cut the grass, so I better wrap this up. After I get back with my dog from the vet, I'm going to do my dose and I'll record then the half hour and the hour. At the end of the day, I'll record what happens. I'll review the movie for you too. I'll stop talking before the lawnmowers get loud, and I we'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, it's finally time to take my dose. I just took it. It's now, 11:50. A little bit later than I really want to take it, but I didn't have a chance to get it any earlier. So we're going to come back in about half an hour or so, and maybe an hour, depending on how the schedule goes. Today's pretty hectic. I'll try to get back and report about any changes or anything. If I can't, I'll have my phone on me at all times. I can always record a little bit there. I'll keep you all up to date as to what happens, and if I don't get back to you anytime sooner, we'll see you this evening, so stay tuned. Well, we made it to the end of day 19, and it has been a day. Started out fantastic. Had a great time with the wife this morning and this afternoon. We watched some TV, we hung out, played some games together. This evening we went and saw the Beetlejuice movie. I'm not going to spoil anything about the movie. It was good, but it was not the original movie at all. There was ties to it. There were some similarities and characteristics of certain people, and different characters came back that you'd seen in the first. They were pretty cool. In the end, it was okay, but it wasn't like, oh my god, like the first movie was. I would recommend watching it, but it was alright. I don't know what happened this evening, but my mind went off on a tangent, started bringing up a lot of the past again, started bringing up a lot of memories, made me realize that maybe I do have to find a way to deal with trauma or deal with the past in some way, shape, or form. My biggest problem, I think I've mentioned it before in other videos, is I don't want to have to spend months and months, and if not years, going through therapy and working through all this stuff. I really, really hate dealing with all this stuff, and I just want it dealt with and over with. And so I'm willing to find a therapist or a person who will just sit with me, and we can hash all this out and do it all in one go. Like spend 8 hours if we have to, just sitting there and talking about everything and trying to figure it all out. To me, the idea of spending an hour or something talking to one person, like to a therapist, and then going for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it may be, and then coming back to that person for an hour, and then going for another 2 or 3 weeks, and I can't wrap my head around how that's going to help. I cannot wrap my head around how spending time, only an hour a month basically, dealing with this is going to get anything done. So I want to take the time to go through a whole 8-hour session, or a whole, a week of just dealing with this stuff, whatever it may take. And this is where the idea of doing a big trip comes from for me. Realizing that in a trip that's like 6 to 12 hours long, you can deal with a lot of stuff in that time and work it out and hash it out. And it's not going to be instantaneous. Like, you're not going to be able to do your trip and then that moment be like, I'm cured. No, it's going to take time after that. But at least I would have a way to point myself, a direction to go in, because I don't have that right now. I talked about doing an inner child workbook, like dealing with my past that way, but reading through it, I have no way to answer those questions. I don't remember enough about my past to even begin to look at it that way, and so I need to find a different way of doing it. This is something that the microdose keeps bringing up, right? This is something that I've been dealing with since, I think it was days 6, 7, and 8, somewhere in there. It's come back pretty hard, like saying that you have to do this. Even though I came to terms with part of it, and I got better, it seemed, there was still, I guess, something that needs to be worked out, and so here it is again. So maybe that's what I need to do over the next few days, despite all the editing I have to do and all the other things I want to do. Maybe this is something I have to do. Spend the time trying to figure this out. So I think tomorrow's a no-dose day, and so maybe that's what I need to do, is just spend time and think and research and find out how I can do this and get it all done within a very short time. It's going to be hard. Like, I know for a fact if I'm dealing with all this stuff and it all comes up within a very short time, it's going to do a lot of something. But maybe it's something that's necessary. Maybe it's a process that I need to do in order to get better, to be better. But then there are people who say you don't need to do that because you're a completely different person than who you were back then, and that person is the one who dealt with those things, and you're not dealing with that because you're not that person anymore. So is that the truth? Is that the thing I need to understand and realize, that I'm not that person and therefore I can let it go? Or do I need to spend the hours, weeks, months, years doing the therapy and everything else? During the time before this microdosing experience, this wasn't really a big thing. These thoughts weren't really a big thing. But now that I've been doing this for almost 3 weeks now, it's something that is recurring over and over, and so there's got to be something to that. And so maybe I do need to spend time healing from it, but I don't know. And so I just got to look up. I got to look inside myself, inside of my head, my mind. I gotta look inside, like my heart, my mind, my soul, spirit, whatever, inner child, whatever you want to call it, and just look at it and figure out what it is that needs to be done. It scares me, it frustrates me, it aggravates me. I have anger issues, apparently. I don't like to admit things, but sometimes I have difficulty expressing anger, and it comes out as an anger, like a rage at someone, or it comes out in ways that, like, if I'm doing something I get frustrated with, I might slam something down. Today I was trying to give my dog medicine and she wasn't cooperating, and I was holding her head, like trying to hold her mouth open like this, and obviously that's not the way to do it. And I stopped immediately, and I'm sorry, I apologized profusely, and like, this is all stuff that's coming up during this thing, and so, like, during this experience, and so this is why I'm talking about it. And I really feel that this is something I really need to work on, and I think the mushroom is showing me that. And as much as it sucks to see it, I'm very grateful that I'm able to see it and understand that it needs to be changed. Something needs to be done. So here I go again, back into trying to figure out how my mind works and why it's working this way. So I'm hoping the next few videos aren't going to be as monotone and depressing than like this as the other ones were. That was boring. But I also want to fix this, and I might have to be, neck deep in all this stuff, and so it might be a little difficult to deal with and hard to process and hard to show and get out and let out. But I want to be able to show all this stuff because these are things that I'm dealing with through this experience, and if people decide to do it, then they need to know what to expect, what can happen for them. As always, I do not endorse or condone the use of anything illegal. I am using these videos as educational and informational purposes only. Anyone who follows what I've done and starts doing the things that I did is doing so out of their own free will. I am not responsible for anything that they do. I recommend you talk to your doctor before you do anything like this. I'm kind of beside myself right now, and I really need to go unwind, so I'm just going to turn on a funny video, maybe play a game, figure out what's going on, hopefully, and deal with it somehow. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're finding some kind of something out of these videos, and if you are, please feel free to hit the big old thumbs up like button. Lets me know you liked the video, but it also helps to push the video out to other people so they can see it too, in case they need some kind of help and guidance in this kind of thing. And if you really enjoyed the video and you want to see more and follow along with the rest of this journey, feel free to hit subscribe and that bell. That way you get notified when the new stuff comes out. Thank you again. Sorry for going into a dark place tonight, but I'll see what I can process and figure out for tomorrow, and we'll continue from there. So thank you so much for watching. You are all appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.